Hey guys, so if you want to learn how to get free cash and free flights by hacking credit cards, then this video is for you. Today I'm going to teach you how to build your credit fast using secured credit cards. And make sure you watch until the end because I'm going to show you through a secured credit card that actually earns rewards and cash back just for spending on it. Hey guys, my name is Andrew Wise with Life Tailored, and we teach you how to make your life amazing. Make sure to subscribe down below so you never miss any of our amazing life hacks. So if you're watching this video today, most likely you have zero or bad credit. You either are in college and just getting started out with your credit card, or you've had some negative things happen to you with credit cards, and now you're looking for a way to build up your credit so you can get into the rewards cards and start getting cash back and free flights. So to kick things off, let's talk about how to build your credit fast. Because really, when we're getting into free flights and cash back and all this sort of stuff, we kind of want this stuff to happen as quickly as possible. So let's look at this game plan. I've got 5 steps that are going to help you build your credit fast so you can get approved for an unsecured rewards credit card. So the number one rule for building your credit fast is you need to always pay your bill on time. So any missed payments reflect really negatively on your credit score. So it's really important that you set up auto payments so that every month you pay off that balance and you never carry a balance. And if you are going to carry a balance, can't make the bills or anything like that, make sure to always pay the minimum or at least set up some sort of payment. You never want to skip a payment. It's always better to pay the minimum than to miss a payment completely. Another trick is to pay your balance in full, and you can actually do this a couple times per month. So say you have a credit line of $250. You spend $20 at the grocery store. What you can do is the next day go online and pay off that balance. Then maybe the next week put another $30 on the credit line, pay that off. Do it again the following week, and then you're paying off your balance 3 times. This signals to the bank and the credit bureaus that you're a reliable lender, and it's going to allow you to get approved for those unsecured cards a lot faster. Another thing you need to remember to do is you always need to place a charge on the credit card. So credit bureaus look at spending and consistent payoffs. If you don't use your credit card for a month or 2 months, it looks negative on your credit report and it doesn't help you build up that credit score faster. So make sure to add a minimum, put 1 charge on a credit card. And if you have, 4 or 5 different cards, you need to be using each one at least once a month to make sure it keeps building your credit as fast as possible. Another thing is when you're signing up for credit cards, the longer you have them open, the better. So when you're choosing credit cards, you want to choose the best cards possible. So that means staying away from store credit cards or anything like that. Look for cards that are going to offer either rewards, no annual fee, or some other trip protection, return protection, some value that's going to last a lifetime. Remember the cards I signed up for in college, I still have open because it helps keep my credit score as high as possible. And finally, when you're looking at your credit score, sometimes there can be some negative marks on your credit report. I know this happened to me. My name was misspelled on my credit report. I had a missed payment even though I actually paid all my bills on there. And the way I fixed this is I went to annualcreditreport.com. This is a government program that allows you to get a free credit report from all 3 bureaus once a year. I'm gonna put a link down below, but it's annualcreditreport.com. Go through that site, check out your reports, and make sure to remove anything that might be incorrect. Or even if it is correct, you can probably get them to take it off your credit report if you just, type them a nice message. So when talking about building our credit as fast as possible, our goal is really to transition from a secured card to an unsecured card. Unsecured credit cards allow us to rack up the most points and miles and allows us to either get a ton of cash back or a ton of free flights anywhere in the world. My wife and I have been to over 39 different destinations all around the world, and I haven't paid for a flight in the past 4 years. So now let's talk about how do secured credit cards work, how are they different than unsecured credit cards? So the main difference between a secured and unsecured credit card is with a secured card, you need to put down an initial deposit, and this serves as your credit limit. So your initial deposit could be $200, which would mean your credit limit is $200. Some cards allow you to put down a lower deposit and get a larger credit line. I'm going to mention one of those cards coming up soon, but that's the main difference between secured and unsecured. The good thing about secured cards is they help you build your credit because they report to all 3 credit bureaus. Unlike prepaid cards, which don't report to credit bureaus, secured cards are the best way to build your credit score fast. And the last thing to remember about secured cards is sometimes there are annual fees or hidden fees. Those are things you want to always avoid. The 2 cards I have listed down below, avoid any of those. These are cards that you can keep in your wallet forever. They're awesome cards. We're going to check those out soon. Okay, so before we run into these 2 secured cards, I do want to mention that, if you're in college, you may be able to qualify for an unsecured card. I want to mention my top 2 cards for college students. The first one is the Discover It Student Cashback. This card earns 5% cashback in select categories every year. So these categories might be gas stations, supermarkets, drugstores, grocery stores. All of these different categories are going to earn you 5% cash back. This is a tremendous value. Plus, this card has no annual fee. And if you're a great student, you get a $20 statement credit as long as you maintain a 3.0 GPA every year. So the other card I really love right now is the Chase Freedom Unlimited. This card is great for college students or pretty much anyone. I have this card in my wallet. It's a card that earns 3x cashback on everything you buy, up to $20,000 in the first year. It also has no annual fee, and it transfers to over 14 different airline partners. I used this card to fly in Singapore Suites class with that private bed in the sky, and this is one of my favorite cards that if you guys are on that secured path, this is going to be the first card you're going to sign up for after you graduate. Okay, so, check out these cards. You can always apply and see if you get approved. If you don't get approved for these cards, here are my top 2 secured credit cards that are going to allow you to graduate from the secured credit card to unsecured as fast as possible. So the first card is the Capital One Secured MasterCard. So what I love about this card is, unlike other secured cards where if you put a $250 deposit down, that's your $250 credit line. With this card, if you put down $49, it allows you to get a $200 credit line. This does depend on your credit worthiness and all this sort of stuff, but the range is $49 for $200, $99 for $200, or $200 for $200. But the fact that you can put down $49 and get a $200 secured credit line is really a fantastic benefit of this card. This card does have 0 annual fee, but it doesn't have any rewards or anything like that. But if you want absolute largest credit line for the least amount of cash down, this Capital One Secured MasterCard is the way to go. So my number 1 secured credit card is the Discover It secured card. So almost every secured credit card never has any rewards or any cash back, but this card breaks the mold. It gives you 2% cash back on gas stations and restaurants up to $1,000 and 1% cash back on everything else. This is really a phenomenal sort of benefit for a secured card. Typically with secured cards, the only benefit we see is they don't have annual fees. They're not trying to screw you. But not only does Discover not have an annual fee, you also earn 2% or 1%. And the great thing about Discover is, at the end of every year, they're gonna double your cash back. So if you spend $1,000 on grocery stores in a year, that's gonna be $20 in cash back, and then Discover doubles it. So that's $40 in cash back just for using a secured credit card that's gonna build your credit and get you into these rewards cards. So this card really is fantastic. I've got a link down below for all of these cards, all these tips. Check out anything you need down in the description below. And basically the way it works with these secured cards is we're gonna pay on time, we're gonna pay off the balance as quickly as possible, and then after a certain time period, we're going to get reviewed by the bank to see if we can get upgraded to an unsecured card. The Discover It has an automatic review every 8 months, while the Capital One card, you're going to have to call them after 8 months and say, hey, can I get upgraded to this unsecured card? If you're doing everything right, following my 5 tips about building credit fast, you're going to get approved for an unsecured card in about a year's time. So guys, if you've learned anything from this video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave us a like, and also make sure to subscribe so you always get all of our amazing life hacks to make your life better. We publish new videos every Monday, but while you're here, let's keep watching and learn more about credit card hacks. You've already learned how to build your credit fast. Now let's talk about how can I actually fly for free using points and miles. I've got a link up here. It's a playlist talking all about the best sign-up bonuses, credit card hacks, how you can fly for free with points and miles. You guys are gonna get there. I can't wait to help you guys out. If you have any questions for me, put them down in the comments now. I reply to every single comment. I can point you in the right direction for the best secured card or how to build your credit faster. Either way, thanks guys. Check out this next video. Talk to you soon.